What is this about? This is about Twisty. She's a Nijisanji liver. This morning there was a YouTube video that was uploaded, which is a leaked recording of a conversation that she was having with friends playing League. The channel is very, very new. Seems to have been created for that sole purpose of sharing this video. And we have this tweet basically summarizing, you know, the recording. We'll take a look at the recording after, saying, perhaps bad on me for sharing this, but a video leaked of Twisty being a self-proclaimed transphobe and using trans slurs, and I cannot need it bothered with etiquette and being well-mannered when people should be aware of who they're supporting. I cannot need bothered with etiquette and being well-mannered when people should be aware of who they're supporting. Somebody else is saying, not to mention, Twisty also said in the full video, being racist, saying the R slur, and whining about wanting a lolly model. There's been snippets being shared on Twitter, as you guys have probably seen. We're gonna take a look at the entire video. This isn't the first time Twisty has had leaks. This is what, like the third time now? First, there was the Aster leaks, which were from Discord DMs that she had with one of her fans. Then she had her new outfit model leaked not that long ago. And now we have this leak again. So a lot of people feel like this is a pattern, although it does seem like she was recorded maliciously in this instance. And this question really raises a lot of different issues. You know, there's issues about what she is saying, different ones. But there's also an issue of, you know, privacy that is at play here. It's not necessarily a topic that's entirely black and white. You're going to see a lot of varying opinion on this. And not everybody's going to agree on this. I can tell you this right now. You're free to form your own opinion. Okay, and that's another very important detail that I probably should have led with, because not everybody knows this. I just assume that everybody does, but Twisty has also been sort of on a like forced hiatus for several months now. She's debuted last year, I believe, around it's like the wave that debuted after Selengate, so late February, March, I think. And after that, once the Aster leaks came out, she hasn't been able to stream ever since Nijisanji's been investigating Aster. And it's been like more than 6 or 8 months. It's been since December. Since December, she's been stuck in limbo. She can't stream. They're still promoting some of her merch, like they promoted her birthday merch. And Aster is not streaming either. So we don't know what's going on. There's a lot of frustration with the company, as you'll see with the video. Although it feels like, I mean, if we're about to set a date on this video or a timeline, it's been, I mean, okay, it's kind of spoilers, but I guess I'll say it now. It was recorded last year. Let's take a look at the video. Be very aware there's some, you know, sensitive words being spoken and stuff. But, you know, if you're sensitive to these words, just skip that part and come back when we're done watching the video.
Inside of you, kitten. And she's like,
what?
Yes, daddy. And
okay,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Twitter's useless, but just to like...
me talking to Epic for like an entire 2 hours. But it's not that bad, I guess.
Well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible.
Okay. Yeah. Don't be a red light, okay?
Oh, I hate Epic and I hate his kind, so...
Ever since, I feel like, did you say something to him? Because he stopped sending me stuff.
Like money or what?
No, like, porn.
A bear or Epic? I don't remember saying anything to Epic, but I probably have called it. I've definitely called him a creep, but I don't know how recent.
Then he just stopped and then...
Like, I definitely haven't spoken.
Yeah, green is Twisty, and blue is, well, people kind of digged in and figured that it's this indie Vtuber called Cutest Shinoa.
I think Epic is, like, attached to my she model.
I think so, too.
Cause he was like...
Awesome.
I think he's a pedophile and an Indian.
I cannot wait to meet him tomorrow. Should have like a little meet and greet.
He's really likes she.
Does Epic living?
Yeah, why?
I swear to God, if he shows up to my meet and greet, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not even kidding.
Wait, why? Why?
Okay, I'm sure he's not gonna go, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how far it is from him, but I feel like solely to piss me off, that is something he would do.
Like,
And I can meet him.
Yeah,
there.
the first allegations were like the racism, which is all the stuff she says about Indian. I think she says more stuff.
Perfect.
no.
But also one thing to note is that you can tell that some of the audio is spliced up together. There's one moment that's very specific that I'll point out later that's like spliced up. So there's like also this question of like, you know, how valid this is. I mean, there's some words that obviously you can't take out of context. It's like, okay, she just said this. But then there's some other stuff that you're like, why is there a weird audio blip in between these two words?
No. I suggest not meeting him. I don't know.
Can bond over a mutual obsession.
Oh my god.
You can tell who he is because the stench of brown will just be all over the place.
That's crazy.
It'll just smell like fucking curry and you'll know it's him.
That's a really crazy thing to say.
Wait, I don't think he smells like curry though. Okay.
Really?
Okay, I put this message me.
People like Epic and Bear should honestly die. Epic is literally just a fucking parasocial creep who's trying to flirt with VTubers because he cannot have sex IRL.
I don't know.
And meanwhile, there's like all these leak sounds in the background, you know? Typical leak comms. I'm joking. I listen, I'm a shit poster. That's kind of why I made these jokes on Twitter earlier.
He's obsessed with streamers.
I don't know, I think he's just lonely, I guess.
No, he's a fucking loser. He is a manipulative loser
Just,
who doesn't even send you money, so you should drop him.
Who doesn't even send you money, you should drop him.
like only. He told me his brother died.
Who cares?
When is your meeting?
Who cares?
This weekend, yeah.
Did you get her free tickets as a birthday present?
I don't even think I can get myself tickets.
All the
Why?
way.
Why not?
Because my company hates me.
Yeah, here's a claim that her company hates her. There were similar claims in her leaked DMs earlier.
I feel like you overlooked that factor a lot.
Oh my god.
The fan!
Life, the new fucking Brave group wave is so bad.
Okay, this is one part that I find very damning, where she just starts roasting the new Brave group wave. She doesn't really mention what branch it is, so it could be, it could be Idol, it could be V4 Mirai. Like if you put like all the politics aside and, all the slurs aside, I feel like, everybody should at least agree on this part that it's like, it makes her look very insecure and very jealous.
I'm actually like shocked. I don't know how the fuck they got in, because genuinely, it's like the worst I've ever seen.
Wait, does
Like, the one girl, she literally, I need to send you her videos. I'm not even being mean, wife. Like, I'm genuinely, like, shocked and kind of pissed off. I don't even get a fucking call back. And this girl, who literally, the worst I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. Like, it's bad.
Wait,
She
what
has,
are you
like,
talking about?
trans rights in her Twitter bio, which I feel like should be a red flag for any VTuber company if you're talking about that stuff publicly.
Wait,
And she doesn't really stream, but she uploaded some YouTube videos, and
Wait, are
they're
they,
just
like-
really
are
terrible
they-
covers.
Yeah, so she's like complaining, oh, they didn't even call me back. This girl's not really good. I'm sure some schizo is gonna like find who she's talking about here at some point if they just look at all, the Brave group VTubers that debuted around that time and check all of their PLs and what they had in their bio. For example, I know Voltail debuted in September 2024, Lunalia in April 2024, and then there's also Idol Wildfire that debuted in October, and she could be talking about any of these.
Are they like Niji new wave?
No, Brave Girl.
Oh. I don't know.
She is for the new wave that's gonna debut soon.
I don't know, maybe they saw something in them.
I don't know what the fuck they would see in her. Like, they must be
The,
blind.
the other girl is like kind of being nice about it, which like really contrasts with what Twisty's saying, which looks really bad.
Well, I don't know, it's objective. Okay.
No, like, objectively, it's really...
And there's some people are saying that she leaked it herself to get like released from Nijisanji, but I feel like this is too. Okay, if you're gonna leak stuff about yourself, you could leak stuff about yourself that doesn't make you look like an awful human being, you know? Like you can leak stuff that's not super damaging to your reputation, but that's enough that Nijisanji would be like, yeah, we can't keep you. That's too much 4D chess.
really bad wife. Like, I will send you it and you'll understand. Like, it is just very bad.
Okay, but it's because the company, like, they really want to make money, right? So they're looking for people that can do the lewd ASMR.
I don't even think this girl can do lewd ASMR. Or do you mean, like, the one you're talking about?
Oh, no, I'm just talking about the CEO person.
Oh, yeah.
Lewd ASMR. How about she is, like, cute in her own way?
The fan
She's
stopped.
not cute in her own way, wife. Kidding? Like, I could not get through this. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's shock. I cannot believe that she was hired. Like, I'm not even, like, just being mean because I'm transphobic.
No,
like,
part of it's that.
No, it's not. You watched the video.
There's a cut in between I'm and transphobic. She could be saying they're calling me transphobic, and then whoever cut this, you know, cut it together, or she could be actually saying, yeah, I'm transphobic, whatever, like that. But we don't know because there's a cut. Then I feel like I can't really trust that part. The jealousy part, though, you can't take that out of context. You know, the comments about Indian people, that's I think that's in context. I can't think of another way where there's a context that kind of justifies it, except like, oh, she's just trying to be an edgy kid. You know, 4chan style. Her jungler must have been really feeding that game. Some people have also pointed out that this is coming out during Pride Month. You know, it might be on purpose. Could be the result of a noise gate. Is it really a cut or just a mic that cuts out when she does not speak? I don't know. Because when she speaks, her fan definitely picks up the sound, right? We can... Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video. Listen to it one last time.
I'm not kidding. Like, I could not get through this. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's shock. I cannot believe that she was hired. Like, I'm not even, like, just being mean because I'm transphobic.
No,
like,
part of it's that.
No, it's not. You watched the video.
I know.
I can't. I think it's cute. Well, your legs are really long, though.
They're so... It doesn't make sense because the upper, like, half of my body is so compact, and then you just have the longest fucking legs on the planet. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
He kind of look like me. Cause I have like the...
On your
Remember,
shoe
like,
model?
the raccoon wanted me to have, like...
Oh, yeah, he wanted you to have long,
legs.
sexy legs.
Yeah, but I think I like you.
It's literally only because their audience are all fucking Twitter trannies, and they don't want to piss them off, which is fucking
I think
weird,
that was another slur.
because none of those people watch me anyways, so why should I care about, like, them being pissed off? Like, it's so stupid.
Why should they care about you being pissed off?
Then why'd they hire me?
For fun?
Like, maybe they could have looked into the future and, like, realized that the girl who talked about wanting to be a lolly wanted to be a lolly. I don't know. And that just
I mean,
kind
I
of
feel like
seems
it was-
weird to me.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that they knew that, based on what they were talking to you about.
Okay, no, it's because they want
they
to
just-
hire you, right? But then they're like, okay,
They just
well,
fucking
we
lied to me,
can't
pretty
do
much.
it.
They literally just lied to me.
No, it's because they wanted to hire you.
Yeah, so they lied.
Okay, it's fine. You can get a lolly model next time.
They're never gonna give me a fucking lolly model. Like, it makes me so mad. And everybody wonders why I don't want to stream. Like, my fans are fucking retarded, and they're upset that I spam collabs all day. Have you ever considered it's because none of you, like, send me any money at all?
Like, this part also makes her look so bad, where she's just like, well, my fans, you know, they're so stupid. And, you know, I spam collabs all day. Have you ever considered, this is why I spam collabs all day, because you guys don't fucking spend any money on me? It's like, whoa, chill.
Like, it's just crazy to me that they don't understand, like, the connection. And, I mean, I can't blame them, because they're all, like, underage kids, and that's Nijisanji's fan base. But why do you want to pander to those people? Give us ugly fucking models that they pay nothing for. Take all of our income. Like...
Yeah, give us ugly models that they pay nothing for and take all our income. This is frustrations again, Nijisanji. The Niji stuff, that can be taken out of context, I think. That's gotta be... I think that's legit, what she's saying. 'Cause I mean, even if you add context around it, it doesn't really change the meaning of it.
Like...
Weird.
I'm so sick of pronouns. You're so fucking annoying. Why are all men just mental?
I don't know.
Like, they're literally all the same. Bear has a fucking mental breakdown because he thinks that we're actually dating or something. And he messages me and spams me nonstop because he can't understand.
Okay.
Yeah, and she hates men. That's why I'm like, you know, people are like, oh, based, I'm gonna go watch her, or she's doing this on purpose. People were speculating that she's doing this on purpose to attract this, you know, based fan base. And she's doing this to get, you know, rid of Nijisanji, and they let her off the hook in her contract. But it's like, she insults everybody in that clip. Who is she trying to pander to? She's not trying to pander to men. She just called them mentally ill. She's not trying to pander to other ethnicities. She's not trying to pander to women because they see her talking shit about it. It's like, who is she trying? What's her audience? Who's her audience? And then she's talked shit about the, you know, Dramatubers before. She's talked shit about the people that hate on Nijisanji. But then she's also admitted that, oh, these would be the only people that would watch her. Well, I mean, she's putting everybody, what's the expression? She's putting everybody at her back. People say she's based. I don't understand. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. And like, let's be real. A lot of the people that are calling her based on Twitter, they're not actually gonna go and watch her stream and support her and donate, which is, you know, what she wants.
I'm gonna put
Yeah, men are fucking mentally ill, and I think they should all die, honestly.
Damn! Wait, that ended on such a fucking... What the fuck? Okay, I watched this on my phone this morning. I forgot about that part. That's a crazy cliffhanger. Twisty just seems super hateful to everyone. It's insane to me. That's how I feel too. I remember when she had a crash out on Twitter and then got angry at people trying to support her because they weren't letting her be Menhera. Yeah, well, I think also what we gotta remember is that she's extremely young and, well, she's got a lot to learn. Just leave it at that. So there's this comment on the YouTube video that I want to draw attention to. She says, wow, it seems that the friends you freely express your feelings to are not so trustworthy after all. And this person says, hi, OP here. Just wanted to clarify. The one who recorded this was not her friend. She said all of this casually after meeting them for the first time. I also learned later on that she had a hidden PayPig server for her fans that donated the most money to her. But sadly, I have no proof of this, so take it how you want. Thanks. This is not the first time we've heard these rumors about Twisty having a, you know, too close relationship with some of her fans and having a server with some of her biggest donors. And then there's a reply to this that's even more interesting. It says this. This is all just blatantly false, and this is posted by Drinos. And Drinos is mentioned in the video.
Our income. Like...
weird.
I'm so sick of pronouns. You're
So sick of Drinos. This is all just blatantly false. I'm the other voice in the call. But like, if he's the other voice in the call, did he leave the call at that point? You know what the fuck? She's saying that in front of him? I'm like very confused about this. If Drinos is the other person in the call, why is she talking shit about Drinos in front of him? Or did he leave the call and this is later in the conversation? This is all just blatantly false. I'm the other voice in the call and I've been friends with both of them for around a year. Delulu even longer. Shinoa recorded this call without anyone's consent. This is an extremely out of context video to make Delulu seem like a horrible person and Shinoa an innocent bystander. When this was a private, unserious conversation between friends that Shinoa is attempting to weaponize against her for malicious reasons. Maybe you shouldn't have been webcamming and sexting with groomers. While Delulu did her best to support you financially and emotionally because she truly thought you were her friend, And Twisty, in the video, she does talk about, a guy, he's not giving you any money and he's a creep, he's a stalker, so you should dump him. So maybe they're referring to that person, that the quote-unquote groomer? So did they have a falling out? I mean, it's true that the person who looks the best in this video is the Shinoa girl. And somebody else responds, out of context? Your friend is literally being racist, transphobic, and classist in that call, and you're trying to brush it off like it's some kind of joke between friends. In what world is it okay to speak about people like that, mock their identity, or laugh at their race or financial situation? It doesn't matter if it was a private conversation, what she said was still violent and discriminatory. Calling it out of context is just a way to downplay what was very clearly and unambiguously said. If that's what you call friendship, then it's scary to think what you consider abuse. Recorded or not, those words don't have an excuse. At Drinos. He responds, I can understand where you're coming from, but again, you're missing a lot of crucial context. The person referenced in the call was an ex-fan who had a long history of harassing Asian women and younger female streamers. He was sending Delulu vile messages, stalking her, and even planning to show up at her meet and greet just to mess with her. He ended up targeting Shinoa, and Delulu made it very clear that she did not approve of that and wanted to protect her friend. The call was a private conversation where she was venting about someone who had been causing her issue for over a year. She wasn't mocking entire groups. She was frustrated at this man in particular and expressed in a joking way in private. It is a huge difference. No one is brushing anything off, but let's be honest, venting from a private call completely out of context and labeling it as public violence or abuse is a massive reach. She does not speak like this publicly and has never once promoted hateful views. If anything, she is just deeply protective of her community and friends. He adds, it's disappointing to see people weaponize partial clips without considering who was being discussed or why. Context doesn't excuse everything, and I understand not agreeing with what was said, but I do think it's impossible to comprehend those words without being there to understand the whole situation. Let's read some tweets on this situation. Transphobic, but joins the rainbow. Hates underage rainbow fans because they're Twitter and don't send her money. Wants to be a lolly, but calls the target audience pedos. Racist towards her own fan. Thinks all men should all die. Hates our Vtuber audience. Who exactly is she trying to appeal to? What's really the most upsetting part about this is that some Nijisanji fans, mostly, the usual suspects, have been using this to discredit the Aster allegations because they were made by Twisty. And that's really, really sad. I watched the video this came from, and I just want to say we have no space for this in our community. She knows better. This isn't AI. Oh yeah, because some people were speculating it was AI at first, but then she released an apology, which we'll go over in a bit, and she basically admitted to everything, so it's not AI. And I'm disgusted that someone would think any of this is ever okay to say. The racism, the transphobia, the bullying statements of another VTuber in another company purely for being trans positive. Why would I ever want to support someone who says something like this? Would you? How fucking disappointing to see. I need people to stay focused on what is appropriate and it's directly discussing what she's saying, because there's no way in 2025 I'm making room for someone like this to not apologize and have basic fucking empathy for minorities. I don't care if it's a joke to her. I'm not gonna bust foot around alts and PLs when we have a direct confirmation on how this is. Our ears work. She does not get a pass for this. There is no justification. I don't know what sort of conflict is happening in her friend circles, but I do not care. This is not okay. To be fair, I don't think Jasmine was going to support Twisty either way. Let's be real about that one at least. Here this person says she breaks out of her Twisty voice and uses her deeper voice occasionally in this stream, and the blue text girl in the clip sounds like the indie here. It's not looking good. Yeah, this is how they found cutest Shinoa. Some people are sending emails to Nijisanji now. I sent a direct email I would suggest others to do, and then wait for Nijisanji to address it before this gets too out of hand. There's a screenshot of him, sending an inquiry. They love using that report button on the Nijisanji thing. They use it all the time. They sent an email. Sorry, there's a big portion of the Nijisanji fan base that already hates Twisty because she kind of spoke out against Aster in those leaks. So they already dislike her. Then this comes out, and this is something they can really sink their teeth in. However, two wrongs don't make a right. And even if she is in the wrong here, that doesn't necessarily means that, she lied about Aster. Yes, this is familiar, Ron Penn. There's the, Twisty Clips channel saying, honestly, I'm too fucking tired. I can't keep going like this, so I'm closing this account. Follow my main if you want to keep contact. I don't really talk about Niji there. I'm in between Portuguese, but everyone is welcome. And this is her apology. This is something I've been reflecting on long before today. I know not everyone will agree with my decision to post this, but I feel like my fans and the people hurt by my words deserve clarity and an apology. This has also been a big subject of debate. Some people are saying she should not have apologized. Some people say she should have. Some people don't accept the apology. But I think, like she says, for her fans, I think her fans, especially the ones she's insulted in that clip, do deserve some clarity and an apology. So let's read it. A recording of me from almost a year ago was leaked, and I want to address that to the best of my ability today. What I said was hateful, cruel, and insanely inappropriate, racist, transphobic, and honestly, just straight up mean. I think, look, on the topic of apologies, I think if you truly mean it, if you truly feel like you want to apologize, if you think you've done wrong, I think it's okay to apologize sometimes, to show some humility, to show some compassion, and to show some humanity. It's not like a blanket statement, oh, you should never apologize. It's all contextual, and it depends on each situation. You can't just say, content creators should never apologize, and this should apply to every single situation. There is never a blanket, band-aid fix on anything that's going to work like that. And again, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are not going to accept the apology, but these people are already not her fans, so she doesn't really care about her. I think she just wants to repair, the damaged relationship with, the fans that she basically insulted because they didn't give her enough money during the stream. What I said was hateful, cruel, and insanely inappropriate, racist, transphobic, and honestly, just straight up mean. I don't want to try to make excuses, regardless of what I was angry about or dealing with. Those words were wrong, and I want to fully own up to it. That conversation came from a place of protectiveness and frustration over how someone close to me was being treated. So she kind of echoes the same, I'll say rat, I guess I'll use rat here, that the guy Drinos said in the comment section, that she was trying to be protective over her friend. But regardless, that doesn't excuse the language I used, and I'm sorry that my anger boiled over into something so ugly and so hurtful to many. To me, words were always just words. There was never any deeper meaning to anything. I felt that if you had the ability to speak, why not say whatever you want? I never really questioned my thoughts nor beliefs I grew up with until very recently. So on this topic, I think I made like a point in my Pippa video. I don't know if you guys have seen it, where I talk about making explosive statements and like these, very crude, very over the top statements that people are like, wow, it's like shock value. And to me personally, I do feel like the question of whether she means it or not does matter to me to a certain extent, because I do think that it changes the meaning. Like, is she just talking like this to be edgy? Is she just talking like this because she's with her friend groups and they talk like 4chans and they're trying to make her laugh? Like, I get that not everybody's going to be comfortable with that, but I think that this part is what this is about. Does she actually means what she said? Is she actually, all these things that she called herself transphobic, racist, misandrous, and all of that? Here, Twisty makes the point that she's not. So, I mean, you can believe this or not. I guess time will tell and her actions will tell, right? I never really questioned the thoughts or belief I grew up with until very recently. I've luckily been able to meet some kind-hearted and wonderful people that pushed, supported, and urged me to become better and grow as a person. I started to realize how much power words carry. They are able to hurt people, inflict and reinforce harm, and even make people feel unsafe, even if I didn't mean it that way. Sorry. It feels that over these past few months, I have come to understand that being careless doesn't mean my actions are not harmful. Okay, that's true. I kind of like this line. To me, growth is about unlearning things, listening and actually thinking before I speak, and learning how to take responsibility for my actions. After gaining these new friends who were able to correct and educate me on all of the things I had done wrong, I realized that words are not just words, and they can hold meanings that are able to affect the lives of others. I've had a lot of time to reflect on how I speak and how I treat people, and I fully intend to do better. As someone who lives in America, even just in... Okay, on another note, like, let's say I gotta, like, review this apology. I feel like it's way too long. I think the apology could have been much shorter and concise. As someone who lives in America, even just in 2025 alone, I have witnessed many injustice towards marginalized communities, things that I cannot unsee or ignore. Growing up, I was surrounded by certain attitudes and beliefs that I never questioned. I took them as normal, even though they were rooted in ignorance and bias. When my mom found out I didn't vote for the hateful and oppressive president she nearly disowned me. That moment really shook me because it made me realize how much of my identity had been shaped by trying to meet others people's expectation or avoid conflict. I feel like that's too much information. Also, she like roasted this VTuber for, kind of making a political statement on her Twitter bio, even though I don't think this should be a political topic, but unfortunately it is. And now she's just talking about like Trump. I feel like we could have done without that part into the apology. That moment really shook me because it made me realize how much of my identity had been shaped by trying to meet others people's expectation or avoid conflict. It was the first time I truly stood my ground on something I believed in, even when it cost me. That experience pushed me to start thinking for myself more critically, to ask why I believed what I believe, and to recognize how easy it is to stay complicit in harmful systems when you're just going along with what you've already been taught. But I feel that this past year has been a turning point. With the help of friends who have educated me and shared their experience, I've started to really understand just how much harm those old ways of thinking can cause. I've made the choice to turn away from what I was raised on and to actively unlearn all of that harmful rhetoric. This is kind of just a repeat of the first page. That's why I'm saying I think like some stuff we could have done without, and it would have made it more impactful. Maybe it's dumb to say because this conversation happened not that long ago, but even in the small period since the incident occurred, I do think I have started to grow more as a person. That part, I'll say that is true. When you're on the internet, you grow really fast in a short amount of time. Now, at least for me personally, is this happening to Twisty? I don't fucking know. I don't know her and I don't talk to her, obviously. But I feel like sometimes I look back like at the Rima from 3 months ago and I'm like, holy shit, I've came such a long way. Maybe this is what she's alluding to. I want to be absolutely 100% clear on this. Despite all of the awful things I say, I've never truly held those views, and to this day, I still do not. The words I used were ignorant and deeply hateful, but I do not believe they represent my actual beliefs or values. Racist, transphobic, violent, or otherwise any type of dehumanizing language has no place in the community I would like to create. Even in moments of frustration or anger or anything, saying those things was unacceptable, and I am deeply ashamed of myself. I know a lot of people see me as, quote, based, or want to put their views and feelings onto me. That is not the type of person I am. I'm just a girl who wants to stream and have fun with her friends and fans, thinking about cute seals and cute girls. I've never and will never promote that type of behavior to my fans, and I regret setting a bad example for them. I also want to clarify a few things. I do not hate my fans. What I said was in a moment of burnout and bitterness, aimed at the people who spam me for specific content while not respecting or giving value to me as a person. I let that frustration turn into a generalization, and that's my responsibility. It doesn't make those words okay, and I'm deeply sorry to everyone I hurt by saying them. This part, what do we think about this part? I think it's important that she also addresses, the part about her hating her fans. But I feel like this part's a little weak. Saying that this was aimed at the people who spanned her for specific content while not respecting or giving value to me as a person. Last paragraph. I have nothing but respect and admiration for artists. I never wanted to demean anyone's work. Oh yeah, that's about her comments about the model saying it's fucking ugly. In the whole conversation that was omitted from the clip, I was talking about how much I wish I could have a different model proportions, such as those this artist draws so beautifully. Wait, is she just skirting around the word lolly here? What does she mean by that? I was talking about how much I wish I could have different model proportions, such as those this artist draws so beautifully. I really have a lot of love and respect for their work and have always been extremely vocal about this. I'm unable to fully clarify the contents of my original statement there, but I want to reiterate that it had absolutely nothing to do with the beyond wonderful art. I think when she says, I'm unable to fully clarify the contents of my original statement there, maybe it's because it's like Nijisanji / NDA related stuff. So after the apology, her Clipper channel posted this. By the way, I saw her apology and I have mixed feelings about it. I want to believe she's being genuine for the sake of my own mental. However, even if she is, I feel like this simply won't work for me anymore, so I'm leaving the fandom for good. I kind of want to believe that she's genuine with her apology, but it's hard to know because I have no idea what her character is like. I mean, we've seen worse apologies. I can't say that this is the worst apology I've seen. It's not the best, but I mean, there's a rat. I don't know if it's worth showing this because it's like not very confirmed. Basically, some people are digging up, another one of Twisty's PL where she's being edgy. She has a history of being edgy for a long time. Surprise, surprise. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. I can't play this if there's a hard R word in this. Next time you call my friend a hard R word in a virtual game and call her names because she doesn't fuck with you, take your information out of your VR profile. Shiruzagi Aqua, this is disgusting behavior. I know that I don't want people like you in this community. Leave. But then again, take this with a huge grain of salt. Like, these are some screenshots of the thread. All right, let's just read it. Begging for money, just like she still does to this day. That VRChat model in that one clip looks a lot like her PL design. Exact same voice. It's like this white-haired cat girl. But it's a video, so I'm scared to click on it. Basically, they're questioning the legitimacy of this PL account that's being brought up. And they're saying, I don't know, seems legit, but trying to look up Shiro Aqua brings up nothing anywhere. And trying to look up Shiro or Aqua in the archives is a waste of time thanks to Hololive. But that Twitter thread has more context to bring some more truth to that story. Not sure where this is from, but why would they be talking about a Aqua when her name is Shiro in VRChat? Unless her name is Shiro Aqua. Oh, because of Minato Aqua taking up all the SEO. I'm dumb. Never mind, I'm an R word. They directly name dropped her. Final check if this is Twisty or not, because if it is, then the story is true. Another comment about this. Twisty, I mainly streamed on Ponf. Ponf is basically Twitch for lollies. That weird ass website. Yeah, I literally, what the fuck? Could not click on any other streams, by the way. They're all disgusting. It's like diaper furry shit. Isn't that where the VR chat freaks go? I know. That's what I was. I started on Twitch, but people kept getting naked and screaming the N-word, and I was like, okay, that's all we have for this. And then these users are discussing the screenshot. No, that is a different girl that was streaming on Pomf. Her name was Shiro Aqua or something. She got somewhat controversial because all she was doing on stream was calling people, oh god, dude, N-word in VR chat. I wish this was censored. People then got hold of her Discord /Pomf and found out that the only thing she was doing there is beg for money while flirting with a couple of her whales in VC. And she deleted everything. Funny enough, one of them was black. Why is that funny enough? Because she's made comments about that in her like initial Discord leaks. If that really was Twisty, that would have been hilarious, but I really doubt it's her. If I remember correctly, the sisters also tried to frame another underage girl as her and were attacking her as well, so they have a really bad track record when it comes to Twisty. Okay. Yeah, this is very much in the speculation realm. We don't know if this is actually her. They were trying to figure out if it was her. There is speculation that it is her, but like this user, for example, is saying, no, that's not her. I don't think it is. And then the other guy was like posting a Catbox link that I can click on because this is just a photo. And he's saying, final check if this is Twisty or not. So he's probably waiting for other people to compare information, voice, or whatever. I remember that a teen came in Niji's sister VRC world and they thought she was Twisty and harassed her. Wow. Yeah, I don't think Nijisanji runs background checks. As for who's the V4 Mirai wave, we're gonna need like a schizo to get on that case. Because I don't have an infinite amount of time. Like, look, there's 3 different potential waves and somebody's gonna have to narrow it down. It could be Idol Wildfire that debuted in October. It could be the Lunalia V4 Mirai Gen that debuted in April 2024. Or it could be the Voltail V4 Mirai Gen debuted in September 2024. All of these kind of line up with the timeline. And the only way for if somebody wants to narrow it down, what they would have to do is to go and check every single of these VTubers past a live account or, alt account, and then check which one had trans rights in their bio. A lot of people are speculating that it could be Yena from Idol. That you're the second person that's told me that said that, Phantom. So now it's 2 people. Maybe there's higher chances that it's Yena. People are speculating that the person she was mentioning was Yena from Idol. Yeah, I also thought that she was talking about V4 Mirai, because when somebody says the new Brave Group wave, my mind jumps to V4 Mirai. Otherwise, she could have said Idol. But now some people are speculating might be Yena from Idol. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Like I said, somebody will have to connect these dots. I'm not sure why people say Yena specifically, because I think on some forums, people are speculating that she might have had that in her bio. I'm going to need to see some proof to have some definite answer. I'm going to need to see some screenshots. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely, also the question at play. I mean, everybody's largely roasting Twisty here, but also, I mean, she said some pretty bad stuff, that's for sure. But also, the person who recorded that and leaked that online, that's a really shitty thing to do as well.